Hello everyone, welcome to Bella Rosa. We'll be cutting these overburst corsets. To start with, I'll be taking measurements of my breast point, which is 9.5, my underbust length, which is 12.5, and then the half length, which is 16 inches, and then my top length of 24 inches. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Now I'll take measurement of my shoulder, which is 16 divided by 2, 8, and then I'll slant my shoulder by 1.5, and then we'll give it an imaginary neck, which is not our actual neck but 3 inches wide and 1 inch deep. You can decide to increase it according to your style, but at the moment I might not need this upper part, so I'm joining my 1.5 slants to my imaginary neck and then ruling the lines for my breast point, underbust length, half length, and top length. So now the nipple to nipple all the way down. My nipple to nipple is 8 inches divided by 4 is going to give me 4 inches, and then I measured 4 inches all the way down and then join the lines. The next thing to do now is to contour my underbust to bring out the cup shape. I'll be using 0.75 on the end that is facing me, and the other end I'll be using 1.2. It depends on the bust size, so you can increase it according to your discretion depending on the bust size. So I'll join this line to the breast point line. Next thing to do is to get the midpoint of my shoulder, the middle. My shoulder is giving me 5 divided by 2, 2.5. I'll chalk it on the shoulder, and I'll join this line to the breast point line just to get the midpoint, like I said. So my armhole is 16, but I use 7 first, which is 14. You can increase, but for overbust corset you don't need too much of armhole so that the breast will not be showing. I'm trying to measure what my contour is giving me totally, but at the tip of my blouse I measured 1 inch and then slanted from the underbust to that 1 inch just to give us that basque shape. If you don't need backs, you just take your line all the way down. Now the whole of my contour is giving me 2.5. I'll measure it in front of the 1 and then join the line just for the basque kind of look, like I said. So I'm trying to blend the cup out and my contour. Next thing to do is to get the midpoint between my shoulder and my breast point and divide it by 2, because I need to tighten the upper part of my overbust corset. So this is the midpoint between my breast point and my shoulder slant, and then I'll use ½ inch on both sides, just like a dart. ½ inch here, ½ inch on the other side too, and then I join the lines just like we do our regular darts. Then join it on the upper part too. We'll be cutting this dart out later, but don't forget to follow and like, subscribe, so that when we upload anything you'll be updated. Now 2 inches from the breast point to tighten the side. I measured 2 inches from the breast point to tighten my side. I'll be cutting that out too later. So I'm making up these signs so you know the places we'll be cutting out. We'll be cutting out the darts, the overbust tightening upper parts, and we'll be cutting out the side darts too. So this is me measuring my bust divided by 4. You measure it. If you like, you can add your half inch. There is no need for under bust measurement. So I go straight to the waist divided by 4. You can start your waist by deducting from it, and then whatever you have in the contour, you have to add it back to the front, because remember we are cutting out the dart, so we can't take the measurement with it. And then the lower part, I'll be using my upper hip measurement. If your hip is 36, you can minus 3 and use 33 for the upper hip measurement. This is me joining the lines and making sure that the two side dart is complete, and then I will join the lines just to make sure the 2 inches is complete. So the 2 inches is off the measurement. All we do is use a tape to secure it. You can either cut it out or use a tape to secure it. I'm using a paper tape to secure mine. So after this is done, I have to remove the darts at the upper part also. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. So this is me removing the darts on the upper part to tighten the upper part of my overbust. And then we use a tape to also secure it. So when we want to do the actual shape of our overbust, there will be no limitation or problem. Don't forget that if you did not add half inch to your measurements, you would have to add it when you are cutting your fabric. So all lines are secure with tape. It's time to cut the darts. This is me cutting off my darts. As you can see, I already have a basque shape at the center front. So just like I did on the upper part, I would be using paper tape to secure it, just so you can see what the shape looks like at the end of the day, and you can easily form our upper part shape, the pointy overbust corset kind of look. So using tape to secure this can be kind of tricky, but it needs a lot of patience and steady hands, and then you're good. So now we can decide to form any shape we like on the upper part and as well on the base. So this is me trying to form a shape on the base of my blouse, so because I don't just want a straight looking kind of blouse. But if you are sewing a skirt and blouse, I mean if you are sewing a dress that is going to have um, a base, there's no need for shape under. So I measured 2 inches for my pointy look, and the center front I'm using 7 inches. You can go as deep as you want. This is me forming the shape of the upper part of my overbust corset. You will notice I came out a bit on the armhole side. This will prevent my boobs coming out from the side. If you are still watching, thank you for standing by, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. So this is our front pattern. All we need to do now. So for the back pattern, I forgot, I didn't know my camera was not recording, but this is me putting the front on the back to get the side equal. I'll make another video especially for the back. Please bear with me. So the back piece is normally like tube. All we did was put a dart. I'm measuring 1.5 all the way down, which I'm going to be using for my loop. This is the loop sign. And then we'll cut out. And don't forget to always remove the dart. Even if it is a dartless corset, you still have to remove the dart, pin it back, and then use it to cut your fabric if you don't want if you want a dartless corset. But if you want it to have that, just the way I pieces it, you would use this to cut your fabric. And then don't forget to always label accordingly to avoid mix-up or a situation whereby you turn your pattern upside down. This will cause grave error in your fabric at the end of the day. So this is me labeling accordingly. As it is, we'll just use this to cut our fabric and add half inches all the way. If you've not added half inch to your pattern while you were taking your measurements, watch out for part 2 where we'll be using this to cut our fabric and the back. Thank you.